Okay, this is the castle we were able to take over. Our kingdom is called Skotanos. And so far we're able to take over just 2 castles. Rote and Chaikand. And if you see any black on the map, that is our caravans. Yeah, our sworn enemies are the Khuzaits, which is the equivalent of the Mongols. Now our leader, or king, that would be Nazarick. This is Nazarick. Gordiana is his wife. He does have 2 children. This is one of his caravan leaders, caravan leader. This is Lissera the Ill-Starred, Yasugan the Swift, Hespedia the Wanderer, Kalisa the Leopardess. These are all caravan leaders. Shulun the Mad. Probably can't trust this guy, but we put him as a caravan leader as well. Tak the Swordsman. He is a sergeant in my army. And Tulul the Golden is one of my main sergeants. Yeah, he's a very good leader. Okay, so this is our current army. We have 194 men. This is my main castle. Let's just take a look, see how we're doing at the castle. Okay, looks like everything's been mostly upgraded. We're working on the fairgrounds to increase our settlement loyalty. And let's see, now we have Forum working next. We did put a little bit of money into the reserve, this way we can build faster. Let's put a little bit more. Okay, let's see. Yasugan the Swift, she was a caravan leader. I did appoint her as the governor because she does share the same settlement, well, we'll say race. So they're a little bit happier. Okay, a little bit of food shortage. Location. Okay, let's take a look, see what's going on. So, at the moment what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to recruit other clans to join my clan. So, I actually have 3 clans at the moment. I have the Kostovorving clan, the Brotherhood of the Woods. They are actually mercenaries. Maybe they'll stay, most likely not. Then you have Black's clan. So these both clans were actually part of the Sturgians, which is the equivalent of the Nords. Alright, so let's get into it. So Bannerlord is obviously my #1 game of all time. It's just so much fun. I actually do get kind of bored of it sometimes, but I'm probably playing it too much. Yeah, let's just attack these looters right now.
We're not looking for a fight.
Yeah, it's good to get rid of looters in your area of your villages, castles, what have you, because they're always kind of a nuisance. And they can attack villagers too. And I'm just going to just showcase the powers of my kingdom and my army. I mean, this is total overkill. I mean, 9 guys versus over 200.
On my orders!
I'm just gonna just have my sergeants take care of this.
Sergeant, you're on command.
So as for Nazarick, because he is from the Aserai clans and kingdom, I did give him like a sword. I did give him just javelins to throw. I love this game, it's so much fun. It's good to always get experience from your army anyway. Alright, let's double check, see if we're at war with anybody. I don't think that we are. Okay, so we're pretty much at peace with everybody right now. This kingdom, I just declared them my enemy a while ago. They're my sworn enemies. Now with the Southern Empire, Nazarick's wife is actually from the Southern Empire. So I do have strong connections to them and the Northern Empire. So we only got 2 fiefs right now. Hopefully later we can get some more. Right now I'm just trying to build up my defenses. Rebels of Varchak have risen against the Lord Aldrich. Alright, let's see what we got over here. So whenever there's rebels rebelling, it's usually a good opportunity to try to take them. Or take the castle rather. So yeah, we're not at war with anybody. What I want to do is I would like to see the other castle. Oh, okay, let me see if we can see. Okay, so they got 460 to 63 defenders. Alright, that's not bad for a castle. I would like it to be a little bit higher. Oh, actually, you know what? That's Mariana's party in there too. So in actuality, there's only a little over 300. So yeah, that's pretty low. So I'm kind of hesitant to start a war with someone at the moment, because if I start a war, they're probably going to go after that castle. My castle is very heavily defended. Let's see how many guys we got defending our castle. Yeah, so we got about 6, 8. Yeah, so we got about 800 to 900 men defending the castle, which is really great. So I highly doubt our castle will be able to be taken over. Alright, so when I did create Nazarick, I did make him very good at engineering. So I focus on his engineering, his leadership, his tactics, and his horse riding, and at the moment I'm trying to work on his charm. And the reason why I focus heavily on his engineering is because I want him to be able to take over castles. I mean, the whole point of this game is to take over the entire world. And let's face it, I mean, without engineering, you can't take over castles. I'm working on his charm at the moment because I'm trying to persuade other clans to join my kingdom. I did put up his roguery higher because I do want to get more battle loot. So the more battle loot you get, the more you can sell and make more money. So I'll just give you a quick tour of everything. So to the south we got the Aserai. This is where Nazarick is from. So I guess I'm kind of biased towards them too. So they are kind of like friends of mine, but not really. I actually did have one of his daughters be sold over. Well, not it's just sold. They did provide like a dowry to marry his daughter. So his daughter is married to a noble of the Aserai. Now around me you will notice there's a whole bunch of purple. That's the Southern Empire. Then you have the Western Empire. Hold on, I believe this is the Southern and the Western Empire. And over here is the Khuzaits. The Khuzaits were a lot more powerful, but I did go to war with them for a while. And we were actually able to take this castle from them. And then in blue over here, you'll notice that you see the Sturgians. Sturgians are the equivalent of the Nords. So Nords just think like Vikings. Further out to the west from me, there's also going to be the Valandians. They are like the equivalent of like the French. And then also in the green, well, the Valandians would be red. In the green, all the way over here, which is outside the map of my area, is the Britannians. The Britannians are like the equivalent of the Celts back in the medieval times. This is a medieval game. Alright, I'm also playing this game on hard too, so the AI is very intelligent. There is a possibility anytime we go to battle that your hero could die. So we don't want that to happen. That's why I made sure that he has heirs to his kingdom. As a matter of fact, let's take a look at them right now. So members, Gordiana is his wife. She is Southern Empire. And Sane. Sane is the child of Nazarick. So he's still a baby. So we're still picking his traits out. And he's not available yet. Hopefully he'll be available soon because Nazarick is getting a little bit older. Alright, let's see. So I'm just taking a look at the Khuzaits. The Khuzaits are actually very powerful still. Even though we've taken a lot of their territory away from them, they're still actually very powerful. So we actually don't want to underestimate their power because they actually are very powerful. I did try to take over their city here and it did not go too well. So let's just go take a look at their city and spy on them a little bit. So as you can see, there's 547 troops guarding it. Yeah, in this game it's very hard to take over castles. I'm gonna see if I put the music just a little bit lower. So it might be a little bit too hard to hear me when I'm talking. Put it in the background a little bit. Okay. So we're pretty much at peace with everybody. We are very rich. We do have a lot of money. We have about 1.2 million. We have several caravans that have been established, so we have very good trade routes within our own empire. We have 718 influence. That's his hit points. 194 soldiers. You know what? Let's go sell some loot while we're here. Yeah, so Nazrick, which is my main character right here, his skill for roguery is very high, which means he always gets a lot of loot. You know what? I'm going to actually pick up some food while I'm here, because sometimes you will run out of food without even realizing it, and the food does go fast. So let's pick up a whole bunch. Yeah, those guys we fought before, we're gonna just... Oh, actually, you know what? There's no survivors. Yeah, sometimes there's survivors from battles, and you can just ransom off these prisoners to make some money, which is great. The road of the company. Get off. Let's see, the company are Valandians, so... There's a lot of minor factions, and these minor factions, they are mercenaries very often. So they pretty much just go with anybody who will pay them money to fight for them. So let's see, the company are Valandians, mostly local levies who don't adjust well to peacetime and who have opted for a life of constant warfare. They are probably the least disciplined and most brigandish of the Calradians. Calradians mercenaries are scourged to any bit of countryside where they are allowed to run loose. Still, like all mercenaries, they know their future earnings depend on their reputation, so they know their contracts, out of their contract, and practice their skills, particularly with the crossbow, to ensure their employees receive their money's worth. Okay, so yeah, the only thing is you gotta find a leader, which is hard to find sometimes. So if I approach him for him to work for us, he will tell me to go look for the leader. Who's this? So, you know what, let's see something. So, last time I played this, I was still trying to convince other lords and nobles to join my kingdom. And I was able to pay them to join me. I actually gave one of those nobles this castle, Rote, here, after we took it over with their help. This is Northern Empire here. Yeah, so the Northern Empire and the... Let's see, this is the... Hold on one second. Yeah, Northern Empire I'm actually friendly with, and the Southern Empire I'm friendly with too. Of course, Gordiana, Nazrick's wife, is from there. So I actually want to just scout out these areas over here. I want to see how strong these other kingdoms are. Oh, somebody's available for upgrade. Okay, Shulin the Mad, he is one of our caravans, so let's upgrade his trade skills. Yeah, we'll just do Great Investor. Okay, looks like everybody's been upgraded already. Alright, let's continue to scout out the other part of the world. Yeah, this is honestly one of my favorite games of all time, too. I was trying to broadcast the other game, Ancestors, Humankind Odyssey. I don't know. I just don't think that game is right for me. I just don't like the play style. So yeah, let's take a look what's going on over here. This is actually our other castle we were able to take over. I believe at the time we did take it over from a bunch of rebels who were rebelling against the ruler. Yeah, that's what we did. So 351 for garrison is kind of low. So actually, you know what? If they have all of their nobles nearby, they're actually pretty powerful. They're nobles. They have a good amount of soldiers. It's not, I don't think it's that risky. But then again, you never know. Let's see. Let's just recruit one guy. Right, let me take a look at my army real quick, see what kind of guys we're using this game. Yeah, I'm just upgrading some of my guys here. Alright, let's see. Crusade Tribal Warrior. I prefer the Horseman. Alright, so in this game, and for Nazric's army, I do prefer Spearmen. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, that's what I was doing. So yeah, so mostly in this game, what I've been doing with the armies is I'm kind of focusing on footmen and horsemen. I just find that a lot of the battles are kind of like easier to win and fight if you have mostly spearmen, infantry, and cavalry. Yeah. I don't know, I feel like the archers are a very big liability. So I don't normally use them. Actually, in my other playthrough for Valandia, I do use archers. I have a separate sergeant running them because they're just kind of a very big liability. So I'd rather just have a sergeant running them in the battle and controlling them because they're just hard to control. So, okay, so let's see what's going on this side. Okay, so it looks like the Aserai are very powerful. They're actually very far away. Okay, so most powerful guys in the game right now, we're looking at the Aserai, where Nazric is from, the guys in yellow. And you got the Western Empire, Northern Empire. So this is Northern Empire, Southern Empire, Western Empire. Looks like the Northern Empire is actually pretty powerful. And the Western Empire and the Northern Empire, I'm actually a little bit friendly with the Northern Empire. And looks like the Battanians are actually kind of weak. They only have 2 castles. They might have some smaller castles, but like they've been taken over by the Aserai. The Valandians, they're normally all of this area here, including Sargad, Artesia, Legeta, Actually, no, they stopped normally at Sargad. Possibly Legeta. Yeah. So, let's see. I'm just planning my next moves because you gotta just plan things carefully. So, the weakest empires right now are the Battanians and the Sturgians. And looks like both of their castles are actually being sieged right now. So I would like to fight a war against someone. However, I'm just trying to see who would be a good person to fight. Alright, let's scatter around here. I want to see how strong the... Hold on. You know what? We can just do this the easy way. Let's go to our kingdom. I'm going to go to diplomacy. So the total strength of our forces is 2,959. So the Northern Empire... 3,000. Wow, the Crusades have actually lost a lot of power. They were very powerful in the beginning of the game. but we actually really crippled their empire with the help of other empires. The Battanians, okay, they're actually Khuzait, Western Empire. Wow, Western Empire is actually very powerful. They're pretty powerful as well. Britannia, they're surprisingly more powerful than I thought they were. Southern Empire, which Cordiana's wife, I'm sorry, Scotanos, that's the name of the kingdom, by the way, Scotanos. I think I'm going to change that eventually. Wow, looks like the Azori are extremely powerful, so we got to watch out for them. Even though they're actually our friends, but, things could change. So the Sturgians are actually like they're very weak. So, wow. See, I know it seems like we're very weak too, but it depends how you look at it. So actually the Valanians are very powerful too. Okay, so Battanians are actually surprisingly pretty strong. Alright, so let's go see. Maybe we can start a war soon. But like anything else, this is a strategy game, so you don't want to just go attacking kingdoms until you actually know with who you're going up against. Let's go recruit one guy. Let's go over here. Yeah, we'll just get oh, you know what? Oh, okay, I'm over the troop limit, so we can't even take him anyway. That's okay. Okay, let's see. So, Marinath. Yeah, let's just get a little bit closer. See, now you got about 1,345 defenders. It's going to be very, very hard to take over this castle because their garrison is about 1,000, a little over 1,000, plus the parties that are in there right now. So I don't think it's a good idea to fight them. See, as you can see, all these guys running around. These are caravans. They got soldiers and stuff, and they got nobles running around. So yeah, they're very active. So we gotta also be careful too. It's like a death trap just between these two castles because they have a lot of nobles. So yeah, here we go again. So this castle is even more powerful. So yeah, we gotta watch out. Okay. So yeah, it looks like most of this used to all be their territory. All of this used to be territory, but actually no, not from the Glanis all the way up to Carban Seth. This ring used to all be Battanium. It looks like they lost a lot of power. Alright, let's go take a look at the Sturgians. I want to see how powerful they are. Okay, looks like they got 3 castles. So the only thing is that they're actually kind of far away from our castle. So it would be a little bit difficult to fight a war with them because you got to travel very far. Actually, you know what? It could actually work because if our castle is very far away, they also got to travel very far to try to take over one of our castles as well. Yeah. And let's see. Yeah, eventually we're going to have to go to war with somebody because otherwise it's just going to be me talking. And then it's just not going to be fun to watch my channel. Yeah, in this game, there's not exactly allies. You can kind of become friendly with kings and stuff like that, but there's no like ally type of diplomacy type of thing. And you can bribe people, persuade people. Oh, you know what we can do? We should go to the Sturgians because they're much weaker. We should try to persuade using our charm to get them to join our kingdom. Let's see if that works. I don't know if this will work, but we can always try. Let's survive. They'll start. Okay, so this is actually one of my. This is actually one of my caravans. I'm just gonna say hello to them.
I'm yours to command.
Okay, interesting. Just wanted to see what she says. Okay, so let's go west. I want to see if we approach some of their nobles, try to convince them to join my kingdom because obviously their kingdom ain't doing too good. Yeah, I tried to recruit people from the Southern Empire, which I'm friendly with, Northern Empire, Western Empire, but they're always a little bit reluctant to join me because they're very loyal. But yeah, I don't know, it's just really tough to get some people to join you. This is a caravan. Yeah, let's keep going west. I want to see, let's go talk to some of their guys, some of their nobles, see if they can get them to join us. Okay, let's see who this guy is. Oguna. She has a reputation of being untrustworthy, so yeah, we don't really want her to join us, so let's just stay away from her. Wolfskins. This is a minor clan that hires to a long term of the Battanian lands in which warriors and training go wildly for part of the youth learning the ways of the woods and how to suffer hardship. Okay, so this is a minor faction. First of the Wolfskins. Okay, this is like the leader of the Wolfskins. It's a secret society from the land of the Sturgians. He has a reputation of being brave, easily enraged, and unforgiving. Okay. This is a mercenary clan. I want to just try to recruit them to join us.
Stop there, stranger. I bid you peace. At least, until I find out who you are, anyway.
I am leaders of the Wolfskins. As far as I know, we have no contract to fight you. Okay, there's something I'd like to discuss. I would like you to serve the Ashira Nar as a mercenary. Okay, so they want 180 gold per influence point. So let's hire them. So when you recruit mercenaries, they will fight for you if you're in a war. We're not in a war right now, but I'm just going to hire them because I'm pretty rich. And I just want to see if maybe I can assimilate them into my kingdom. If I'm able to. Oguna, we don't want her. Clan Jawal. Okay, this is another minor faction, so let's, I want to actually see if I can find nobles from this kingdom that I can talk to. Tracha. Okay, Dratcher's the member of the Torgo Ravine, a noble family of the Sturgeon. She has a reputation for being a good friend but a dangerous enemy. Okay, she's a little bit cruel. Let's see this guy over here, Zelik.
I don't.
Oh, he's actually with the same clan.
I don't think I know you.
I am Zvata of the Tolga Ravine. Okay, so this is the same clan I'm talking to. Oops, press the wrong button. Yeah, that's the same clan. So let's see who owns this castle. Maybe I can convince the owner of the castle. Okay, so that's actually the clan, Tolga Ravine. Who is the leader of this clan? Maybe we can... Tolga Ravine clan, Sturgia. The leader is Vilder. So maybe if we can speak to Vilder, use our charm, and maybe buy him off to join us. Okay, so obviously he's not there. Those are villagers. Yeah, sometimes it's hard to find out. No, well, let's see, Vilder. Let's see what this guy's like. Chief of the Sturgeon and head of the Tugger Rovine, a noble family of the realm. He's being considerate of other. You know what? I wouldn't mind having this guy in my clan if he's like that. Yeah, God. Yeah, we're actually looking for Vilder. But who owns this castle? Oh, it's the same clan that owns them too. That's good. So that means that clan is actually very influential. So that's a village and another village. Yeah, we need to find that guy Builder if we can. Normally they're right by their castle. I don't know where the guy is exactly. Rebels in Sabir. Okay, you know what? Let's see. Can we... Alright, this is also a risky move. I'm going to take a look at this castle. Let's see how powerful these rebels are. Maybe we can take over this castle. Maybe not. Yeah, we're just trying to scout out all these other empires. I'm just looking for like somebody that's looking to defect to my kingdom. Because the more people that join, that makes it easier to fight wars and all that. Who's that? Oh, that's the same guys from earlier. Gunda Rovine. Voldat. Yaller. Volderat. Yorick. They're actually poor. Okay, they're actually at war with the lake rat. Interesting. Okay. And what? Let's just try to recruit this guy.
Stop there, stranger. I bid you peace. At least until I find out who you are, anyway.
Yeah, okay, so it looks like I can't actually speak to him. He wants me to speak to somebody else that represents his clan, Lek.
Peace to you.
Tovir. Yeah, so if you speak to someone within their clan, they'll actually just want you to speak to the leader of the clan to join them.
Peace to you,
or...
stranger. What is your name?
Okay. I barely know you're asking me to talk treason. Okay. Okay, Ragan, Van, and I have been through a great deal together. We have been together many wars, including many against your allies, the Imperials, I should add. Hold on a second. Before I had this guy add me, I want to see who this guy is. Okay, you're a chieftain of the Sturgeon, ahead of the Noah family realm. Brave, but easily enraged and unforgiving. And let's see his clan real quick. Oh, wow, he's got a lot of guys. Okay, so... Tiaska is Danka, Balag. You know what? Let's just try to get this guy.
Oh,
Oh, okay, now I can't talk to him again. Whatever. That's okay. Now we know who to talk to. Tora... She has a reputation of being aggressive. Okay, whatever.
Peace to you, stranger. What is your...
Yeah, these guys are actually really good to try to recruit because they're pretty powerful. Alright, let's go over here, see who else we can run into. Hold on, Raganvad is... Okay, so that's actually the leader, so these guys, the Gunda Roving is the clan that's pretty much running the show under this king here. So yeah, so I highly doubt we're going to be able to recruit the king. Yeah, that's the Gunda Roving clan. Gunda Roving. Let's go to Varnovopol. Varnovopol. Alright, hold on one second. Oh, you know what? While we're here, we can just take a look at Issa Roving. Okay. Taralun. Okay. Okay, so... Alright, so this castle has about 500 and... Okay, 457. With the militia and garrison, they got about 457. They got 22 prisoners. So, yeah, basically this castle is rebelling. Don't know... Alright, let's see how many... So they got 3 members. And they got leader is Remember, this could go bad. So what we're going to try to do is, let's see if we can take over these castles from these rebels here. Okay, so Tactic has 98 men. Okay, total cost is 803. Oh no, total cost is 101 influence. Okay, so total strength is 1,212. That should be plenty enough to take over this castle. However, the only thing is that it's going to take some of them a couple days to get here. Party has less men than 40% of its party size. Okay, so these are the minor factions that we hire. So they're very low. They don't have many men. But, let's just check something real quick. Clans, Coastal Roving, Tactic, Blogs Clan. Alright, so the other fief is owned by Tactic and his clan. So if we win this castle, I can give it to Blogs Clan. This way they get more influence too. And they can run the show out here too, and I won't have to worry about this castle. Okay, so yeah, let's do this because we should be able to take over this castle. If we can get about 1,000 men, we should not have a problem taking over this castle. Now, we also got to be careful too because we got about 137 men here, 63. Alright, so that's about 200 men. They're most likely going to be intimidated by me. I just don't know. Alright, you know what? Alright, let's start getting these guys out here. We'll make an army. Get all these guys to come out. We're going to start a war with these rebels. Should be able to take over this castle. Remember, nothing's guaranteed. So, it's very risky too. We could lose as well. And we could also win very easily. You just don't know. Alright, so those guys should be coming over here. But it's going to take 3 days. So you know what? Let's be smart about this. We're going to buy a whole bunch of food from them. This is kind of shady what I'm doing, but it's okay. I'm literally buying food from the castle I'm about to take over. But they have no idea. Beer. No, I need food. Where's the food at? Wow, maybe they don't even have food. Oh, so that means, you know what? That means the castle's hungry. They don't even have food there. Okay, so that's fine. We'll go to the local villages. We're going to buy all their food. Buy products. Cheese, grain, butter. Yeah, usually what I like to do is I kind of during the siege I like to normally siege them, starve them out, lower their morale. Some of them will retreat and leave and give up. And hold on a second. Yeah, let's buy all that stuff. And let's see. So you got one party 77, you got 160, 66, 135. So yeah, it's very risky for me to just start the siege on my own because they can all just gang up on me and easily defeat me. So let's gather some resources, some food. Hopefully nobody will have my idea to take over this castle. And we will just keep buying food. Yeah, we don't need the hardwood. Hopefully they will get here soon. Unless, if we can... Okay, hold on. Yeah, we gotta watch out because even attacking one of their armies will declare war, and then all the other men will probably either defend themselves in the castle, which I don't want, or they'll come out to fight me and join the battle, which is going to be risky too. So yeah, we don't want that either. Alright, is there any way I can see how far away these guys are? Hold on. Okay, 1 day and 5 hours. 1 day and 12 hours. 1 day 22 hours. 1 day 11 hours. So pretty much a day and a half is going to take them all to get here. So we should just hang out a little bit. Alright, hold on. Whoa, hold up. Scouting for Khaleesi the Leopardess. Alright, hopefully they get here soon in game time. The sooner the better. And we also got to watch out too because other people might have the same idea that we do and try to take over this castle, which we don't want. Yeah, it's not good too that they're getting more powerful, their soldiers. But actually, you know what? It shouldn't matter because once we're... Okay, let's get one more guy over here real quick. Actually, hold on. I would like, ideally, I'd like this one guy to come out of the castle because he's got soldiers in there with him. Yeah, having rebels like this take over a castle is also sometimes a bad idea too, to let them flourish, because they can also change on the map like the power structure too, because it'll also be and might be a new threat for you as well. So sometimes it's good to get them. Here you go, here comes Tatik. Alright, I don't want them to... Okay, we got our last guy coming down over here. So let's have him join us. Let's attack these guys here.
I don't think I know you. Peace to you, stranger.
Okay, offer you one chance to surrender or die. Trying to think. You know what? What I don't want, yeah, you know what is, I don't want to lose soldiers in a battle. Okay, raiding this village will cause a war with Sibir's rebels. Okay, alright, why don't we do this? Let's attack this village. We'll scare off the peasants, and then we'll attack the castle. Because once we do that... See, yeah, this strategy game is all about strategy. Once we do that, you know, it'll declare a war with them. And we'll also not lose any soldiers as well. I don't want to lose too many soldiers, because we're going to need them for the attacking of the castle. Okay, we're going to just basically put them anywhere. All the nobles, military leaders, we're just going to put them anywhere, basically. Now, we'll have... Honestly, doesn't really matter, because it's going to be a quick battle, and they only got 50 guys. We got over 600 men. After this, we're going to go straight for the castle. Siege. Starve them out, make them leave, lower their morale.
Follow your sergeants!
Alright. This is cool. Wow, look at all these swordsmen. It's cool. Yeah, the morale should be broken pretty easily for these peasants.
Pull back!
Yeah, I'm just trying to scare them off. Trying not to kill innocent people.
Pull back! We can't stop them! Cut them down! Hold your ground! Give way! Let them advance!
Okay, cool. Okay, good. So we lost no men. Okay, so once this village is attacked, we're not going to sack it and waste time. We're going to go straight for the castle and siege it. Their armies definitely will not be powerful enough to fight us, take us on directly, so they will not be able to stop us. Okay. Looks like the villagers are recruiting to the castle. Okay, we're going to besiege the town or the castle. Okay, so. Alright, let's go. Okay, so let's see. So they got food for 8 days. And the walls have hit point 67,000. Okay, so they got about... Okay, they're less than 500 men guarding it, so I think we have a very good chance. See, they're men that they're not strong enough to take us on. Let's put Onagers. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, let's do this. So they only have food stores for 5 days. So they have very low food shortage. They have very low amount of food. So we should be able to starve them out. I don't want to have an equal battle because they actually might have a chance to defend the castle, which I don't want. So I'm going to try to starve them out. Yeah, what we can do after the 4 days, we can build a trebuchet, see if it knocks down some walls, see 3 days. And then we can literally just walk in and take it over. It'd be much easier to take it over if we knock down some walls. Trying to use a battering ram or a siege tower is actually very hard. It's literally just a moving target just going towards them. Okay, so once we hit the 2 day mark, you're going to see that the garrison is going to start to lose men very fast. Gonna lose morale, they're gonna lose men, they're gonna either starve off and die or just desert, which is exactly what we want. Here we go, 1 day. The morale is getting lower, it's about 33. What is that? Yeah, if we were to actually attack with that almost the same amount of soldiers, they do have a possibility that they could have won too. So this is why I think it's better to just starve them out with the siege. This way they desert, die, or just run away. Alright, let's, damn it. You know what, I lost track of this. Yeah, we might have to go in soon, unfortunately. Yeah, it is gonna be, it's... Yeah, I think we gotta make a move. We should have got more food when we had, but they had no food to buy in the city. Alright, let's see. We're gonna see what we can do. Alright, let's do this. Okay. Alright, let's do this. Alright, so they do got a decent amount of guys too, so it could go either way. See, we're already losing a lot of men. Alright, let's see if we can help out even a little bit. Alright, here we go. Nice. Ooh, that guy got hit in the head. Wow. Yeah. No good. The thing is, we're losing a lot of men very fast. Maybe I could pick off some guys in the tower. Can't. Alright, so we're getting some of their men. Alright, come on, guys. Oh, okay, cool. Let's get these guys over here real quick. Whoa, 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 whoa. There we go. There we go. Our soldiers are very good too. Alright, so we got a lot of Sturgeon heavy spearmen, and we got the legionaries. They're very powerful. So once we get into the doors or on there, we should have a really good chance. Let's help them out a little bit. Alright. Okay. I think this spear will... Come on, guys. Go, go, go. Good. So the morale is broken. They're running away. So it looks like they're retreating, which is really good for us. Yeah, the morale broke, so they're retreating back to the inner castle. Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm talking about. Get them, guys. Yes, you see, I think a mixture of legionaries, mixture of heavy spearmen, and a mixture of the Crusade Darkhands makes us really, really powerful. I mean, against their militiamen and militia archer and militia spearmen, you know, they don't really have a good fighting chance. Just kind of. All right. Yeah, this is good. It's a lot better than I expected. Yeah, like I said, attacking castles are very hard in this game. So the castle battles can go either way. Even if you have more men, even if you have better siege equipment, they could have better siege equipment. They could fix the walls, you know. So anything can go either way. Yeah, there we go. We won. Okay, let's see. We only lost 36 men. They lost 120 men. Okay, very good. Yeah, we lost a lot of men too. You know, a lot of injuries. Okay. Alright, so it looks like they got 22 guys left. We're gonna do another attack. Okay, it looks like they retreated into the inside of the castle, the inner sanctum of the castle. So... Okay, so we got 3 guys. We can put up to 15. So normally you don't want to put archers or horsemen because they're not going to be good at taking over castles. So I say either the Imperial Legionaries or the Dark Hands are pretty powerful, or the Aserai Veteran Infantries. Or actually the Sturgeon Heavy Spearmen are actually very, very formidable. Let's elite mercenary men are okay. I'm always worried about sending men in with no shields like the Sturgeon Linebreakers. They're very powerful, but they also have no shields. I love this music. Alright, let's Sturgeon Heavy Axemen. Yeah, let's keep it interesting. Let's get some Axemen in there. How many more we need? You know what? Let's keep it. Let's get some Imperial Legionaries. They're pretty powerful. 5. And we'll get a couple. Yeah. Okay. Let's do like a mixture of some Sturgeon Heavy Axemen, Heavy Spearmen, and Imperial Legionaries. These are the best guys that you want to be attacking a castle with. And then I got their leaders, our other leaders, Vatican of the Brotherhood and Tatic. Vatican of the Brotherhood. Alright, let's do this. Alright, right after this castle we take over. Oh wow, this castle's a little bit different. There we go.
They will remember this.
I love the sound of them cheering is great. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to upgrade some of our men. I personally like the Spearmen because... Do I have X-Men as well? I'm going to take all the prisoners because I can actually use them to defend the castle. Well, I meant the troops that were prisoners. These prisoners that we were battling, I'm going to actually ransom them off. Okay, let's take all the loot that we got. Let's see what kind of loot that we got. Steel banner. Okay, yeah, this is like mostly like militia equipment. Probably could sell it more than it's worth and wearing. So this is Tak the swordsman. He's one of my sergeants, and this is one of my main generals or sergeants. Tulul the Golden. Alright, there you go. Sibir is taken. Election has started. Okay, so... Alright, so normally what you do want to do is you pillage, because if you devastate, you're just going to really be hurting yourself. If you show mercy, then your men get mad at you. So pillage is the best thing to do. So of course they're going to be mad at me, the rebels. Okay, let's see. So you grant your men their customary right of pillage after a successful siege. You tell them they may take property but must spare the townsfolk's lives. Prosperity loss 518. Town projects raised. Aqueducts, orchards, siege and workshop. Loyalty in Sibir is negative 15. Notable powers negative 25. Party morale change 10. So yeah, we gain 10 morale. We gain 7,772 gold. Party gold gain 1,312. So the owner of okay, is mad at us. That's fine. Sibir has fallen to your troops. You may station a garrison here to defend it against enemies who may try to recapture it. Okay, so let's ransom off all these prisoners that we got. Make some money. I want to put some guys to defend the castle, just because you got to have some guys defending it for security reasons, just in case someone attacks us. You know, you always want to have someone defending the castle. Oh, okay, they got guys already defending, which is great. So I don't really use archers. Sisterhood followers, I'd rather have them in there. Very rag. Let's give them the weaker guys. I got a lot of Imperial Legionaries. Very rag. Yeah, we'll keep these guys here. Yeah, I don't use the Manavlions. And let's see. These aren't the best horsemen, so I would just give them over. And let's see, who else can we give them? Alright, let's see, I'm going to recruit them and just give them over to them. Let's see. I'm going to get these caravan guards. I'll put them in there. The Sturgeon recruits are pretty useless if you put them in there, so I'll just take it with me, I guess. The Caravan Guards are okay. They're not the best to have on a battlefield, so I just put them in there. And Outriders are okay. They're not the best to have on the battlefield. So you know what? I'll just give them over too. I like to have a nice fresh army anyway. Let's see who else. Spear infantry. And you know what? This should be good. You know what? They got to figure it out. Alright, so I don't want to get involved in that. I'm going to save it real quick. Let's organize who's going to be the owner of the new castle. Okay, we're going to disband the army as well. Okay, let's see. New owner of Sibir is Nazarick. I don't want to be the owner, so I'm going to just give it away to somebody else. It's just too much. It's just too much to manage multiple castles. It's just too much, too expensive. I'd rather let the other clans give them the castle because they'll be happy too, you know. So Shaikan is our main castle. We'll give Sibir over to... Oh, okay. So ownership decision has not been made yet. So let's disband the army. Yeah, the army's going to be disbanded in either way. So we don't need them anymore. So, alright, soon a message should pop up saying who do we want to be the owner. I want to give it to one of the clans that just joined us, so they'll be happy. It'll increase their influence too, and I don't have to manage the castles. It's just too much money to manage multiple castles. Okay, and let's rest here a little bit so my guys can heal up. Okay, there we go. So this is the message that we got to give the new owner. Okay, definitely don't want myself. Okay, I'm giving it to Blog because he already has a castle. See, he's got Rote. He has no castle, so I'd like for him to have a castle. The Lordship of this fief should go to Blag's clan. Of course, he's not going to like it that I give it to him. Okay, so there you go. So that's why I wanted to get it. So Blag got the castle. They're both also Nords. So it's pretty much their own people that they're managing and their own villages and towns. Perfect, just what I wanted. So we now have 3 castles. We got Chaikand, we got Sibir, and then we also have Rote here. So yeah, I mean, we're literally carving a name in for ourselves over here. We still are at war with these rebels, so we gotta watch out for them. So I'm gonna save the game. I'm gonna also end the broadcast here for tonight. And thank you so much for watching.